Okay, this is my second time trying to film this because the first time I got quite overwhelmed and it was just a fucking mess. So we're gonna try again. Okay. I'm gonna read over my notes so I just know what I'm talking about. I've got so many notes here, holy shit. All right. Okay. Hi, my name's Ashley. This is my first YouTube video. This is kind of a heavy one to start off with, but I think it's an important topic to talk about. I'm going to be sharing my story with addiction, not just substance abuse, but with my eating disorder as well. Addiction has sort of followed me throughout my whole life in many different forms. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because I feel like it needs to be spoken about. You know, I want to share my story. That sounds so dramatic, but I want to share my story because it might help someone else feel better. I want to help maybe someone see the light, feel less alone. I feel like after I got sober, I implemented some really good things into my life that really helped me stay sober. And yeah, so we'll get into all that. But first of all, I want to start with my life story, basically. Okay, so let's get into it. So I've got my computer full of notes here, my two little sunny angels. So let's begin, shall we? All right, so I've dealt with different kinds of addiction, as I said, eating disorder, alcohol and drug abuse, you name it, I've been addicted to it, truly, like it's so bad. So it all began when I was probably about 15. I was in high school. And sorry if I keep looking out of my screen, I'm just like sort of referring to the timeline I've got written down here. I went to an all-girls school until about year 9. And then from years 10 to 12, I went to a co-ed school. Now at the girls' school that I went to, the bullying wasn't really that bad. Mind you, I should probably preface this by saying that I was really overweight as a teenager. I was clinically obese. I forgot to mention that's like the main part of the story. I was clinically obese. I was like 115 kilos. I'm quite tall for a girl, but I was still fucking obese. All right. So the bullying wasn't too bad. I don't know if you remember, there was this online website called Kumi, and you could send in, or it's like Ask FM is the other one. You could send in anonymous questions. I got ripped to shreds on that. So yeah, that was fun. That's kind of what the kind of shit that I got when I was at the girls' school. The bullying, like within the girls, wasn't bad. Like I didn't really get bullied at all. It wasn't until I went to the co-ed school where I sort of started feeling really uncomfortable in my body. And so I went to a nutritionist. And she put me on a VLCD, which is a very low calorie diet. Now, this is how I believe my eating disorder started. Basically, meal replacement bars and shakes, and I'm pretty sure each meal was about 150 calories or maybe 250 calories. I don't know, but they were very, very like, just, there was fuck all calories in them basically. So I had to eat 4 of those a day. And then I was allowed to eat vegetables as well, and then water, and then sugar-free soda, right? Did that for a month. I dropped 10 kilos in a month, went off them because obviously that's not sustainable. And then after that, I noticed that I started restricting my my food intake. That went on for a few years. I was just like, the scales became my whole life. My mood would depend on what the scales said. So, and I was scared of drinking water because I thought I was gonna gain weight. Like I wouldn't eat any fucking food. I got really sick. And I got diagnosed with depression. I stopped eating like completely. And I was bedridden for weeks. And then mum said, if you don't start eating food, I'm going to take you to the hospital. I shut myself. And I was like, okay, like, I don't want to go to the fucking hospital. So I'm going to start eating again. So I started eating. I thought I was coping, but I wasn't. My ED was just getting worse. And I think that was just like, my restrictive eating was me trying to control my life because I felt like that was the only thing I had control over. I went to an ED outpatient unit. I got put on the same eating plan as all the other anorexic girls, and I cracked it. I fucking cracked it because I was like, these bitches are fucking half the size of me. I was like, it's not fair that I have to eat the same amount of food as them. I'm bigger than them, blah, blah, blah. I'm such an idiot. And the people at the unit being like, that's not the point. Like, you have to eat it. Anyway, I thought I'd give it a red hot crack. So I stopped weighing myself and I just started eating the meal plan that they gave me. I would go to the outpatient unit 5 days a week, like school, from like 9 till 3 or something like that. And I had a weigh in after 4 weeks. I freaked the fuck out. I freaked out. I had to put on like, I think 4 kilos, something like nothing bad at all. Maybe it would have been like maybe 4 or 6 kilos. Freaked the fuck out. I started self-harming. I was not coping well with my weight gain. Oh, that's when I discovered purging. And this is when things got really fucking bad. And COVID started around this time as well. So I was binging and purging every meal for about 4 years, every single fucking meal. I was eating ginormous amounts of food and spending hundreds of dollars a month on takeaway. I remember like 1 month I spent like $800 on fucking like it was crazy. I was so fucking sick and I was so tiny. Like, I was so thin. I looked like shit and I thought I looked tea. And then I had all these people being like, babe, you're so thin, you look so good. Maybe like, yes, eating those comments up. I looked like a fucking waif. Like, I looked fucked. I looked like, my face looked like a skeleton. Like, you know, like the skeleton without the skin on it. That's how fucking bad I looked. My bags were, it was disgusting. So I ended up leaving the outpatient unit. I was like, I can't fucking do this. I can't deal with the weight gain. So I canned that. My doctor and my mum tried to, by the way, my doctor is amazing. She's been such a big help in my recovery. But anyway, my doctor and my mum were trying to get me back into the outpatient unit. I was like, no fucking way. Like, there's no way I'm going back. So I went to therapy. I wasn't putting in the work to change myself because I just expected therapy to do that for me. I went to therapy being like, yeah, you can do all the fucking work and I'll just sit here and listen and I'll be fixed. No, I didn't realize that that's not how it worked because I was naive and I was selfish. In an eating disorder and any type of addiction, everything was all about me. Everything was just always about me. I was the most selfish person ever. I was a cunt, basically. Like, I was just not a good person. Yeah. I wasn't listening to my therapist. I was sitting there like zoning out because I had like such bad brain fog and I was so fucking tired. So lockdown ended and that's when my partying started, right? This was in like 2022 when it was kind of on and off, like lockdown was on and off. When I was going out every weekend on a Friday and coming home on a Monday. I'd go out all weekend, yeah, and just go on a huge bender. I was doing a drug and alcohol bender every weekend for like 4 years. Also while I was binging and purging. So you could have imagined how much of a mess I was. Like, I couldn't regulate my emotions. I was erratic. I was, you know, selfish. I was self-obsessed. Really, I was a really, really bad person. Didn't give a fuck about how I made others feel. Didn't give a fuck about anyone but myself, basically. Me. I was binge drinking at least 20 drinks a night, spending thousands on, like, a month on Coke, pingers, fucking Dexies, whatever I could get my hands on. Binge drinking, just drink. And it wasn't cans, it was shots, like, you know, vodka out of the bottle. I went to Pitch Festival. I made a TikTok about this. Went to Pitch Festival like a few years ago, 2019, I think, and I took 4 liters of vodka with me and I was doing vodka bongs, like insane behavior. I was having sex with multiple men a fucking week. I heavily relied on male validation. I hated myself. So upset when guys didn't want me. I was like, I'm worthless. I'm a loser. I'm pathetic. Blah, 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 blah. And I would just give my body to these, some of the men, oh my God, disgusting men that I've slept with. And I was just feeling really shit about myself. I was like, I hate myself. Like, I'm so unworthy. Like, my life is shit. This has all happened for a reason. Like, I deserve to die. So I had my whole packet of antidepressants, the whole thing, and I was chugging vodka. And I tried to commit suicide. Yes, that was my first attempt. I was miserable. Life was a bit of a blur after that. I was just partying heaps. I was just lying to everyone about the most stupid shit for no reason. Because, like, what is with that? Like, I was such a liar for what? Like, I was such a fucking liar. Just make up excuses, lied about things that I didn't need to lie about. And I'd miss work because I was going on benders. You know, I wasn't prioritizing myself. I wasn't prioritizing my work. I wasn't prioritizing my friends. Like, I was just literally just throwing my life away at that point. And then I started my new job, and I met one of my now best friends who works there as well. She's been sober for 7 years, and when I first started working there, I kind of started talking to her. Mind you, I didn't realize at the time that she'd been sober. I started talking to her about it, and I was like, I'm thinking about going to an AA meeting. And she was like, I have been sober for 7 years. Like, I go to AA meetings. I said, no fucking way. And I truly, truly think that it was fate that we met. Like, she has been my fucking rock. She has been so amazing in helping me get sober. You know, she was never pushy when I relapsed. You know, she was never nasty. She gets it. And she introduced me to AA, and I started going to online AA meetings. She's amazing. I love her so much. She's one of my best friends. Shout out to you, Pookie. And yeah, she's been so fucking helpful. I'm also so grateful to all of my friends who stuck with me through this. And I'm so grateful to my mum. I'm really grateful for everyone in my life that has tolerated the absolute cunt of a human being I've been while I was sick. Truly so fucking grateful. And I did lose some friends. Which is so fair enough. Like, I was not a good person, but I'm really, really grateful for everyone who stuck by me, because that couldn't have been easy, seriously. I also want to give a special shout out to my friend Chloe, because I love her so much, and she has really, really helped me too. She's the best. Okay, I was sober on and off for like 7 months, so I tried to see if I could go out with the girls, have a couple of wines and go home, and then pick and choose the weekends where I go out drinking and be like, okay, I'll go out this weekend because there's an event on, but I won't go out for the next 2 weeks until I've got a party on the 3rd week. That did not work. I ended up it worked for like a little bit, and then I ended up just going out every weekend, getting Dexies, getting bags, getting drunk, you know, just doing stupid fucking shit just for no reason. And it became so old. It was just the same shit. My come downs were so bad. I was an anxious mess. I'd wake up. I wouldn't even wake up. I didn't even go to fucking bed. But like, by the time like the drugs had worn off and the alcohol had worn off, I'd be sitting in bed like this, like fucking paranoid, so anxious. My mum has had to sit in bed with me while I hold her hand and shake while I'm looking around. Like it's actually embarrassing. No, it's not. It's not embarrassing. That was part of my experience, but yeah, it was not good. It was not good. Oh, okay. Another thing is I was really reliant on drugs when I was drinking, because I'd get so drunk because I was just doing shot after shot after shot after shot after shot, the point where I was going to fall asleep. And then I was like, all right, time to get a fucking bag. I'm tired. Do you know what I mean? I would literally just drink to do drugs. It was just, they went hand in hand for me. I couldn't do one without the other. Yeah. I always tried to find ways around it, because the thought of never drinking again really scared me. I was like, I don't know if I want to give up drinking forever, but in AA, I learned ODAT, which is 1 day at a time. And, you know, I don't have to think into the future. I don't have to think about what my life is going to look like in 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, you know, like I'm just taking it 1 day at a time. That's the only way that I've sort of learned how to cope with the thought of not drinking again. It wasn't easy getting sober for a long time. I was resetting my sober app like once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks. Like, it was, you know, I'd get like a month up and then I'd fucking reset it because I went out on a bender for no fucking reason. Like, it's just stupid shit that I just didn't need to be doing. And I was getting really disappointed. But one day, about 3 months ago, I just stopped drinking. I haven't picked up a drink since. I haven't missed it. I haven't wanted to go out. I haven't wanted to drink. I haven't wanted to do drugs. Something just switched in my brain, and I'm still in the really early stages of sobriety, but this time feels different to the other times I've been sober for around this amount of time, because usually in the past I'm like craving a drink. I'm like, I want to go out and I want to party and I want to get on the bag so bad. But this time I just don't want to. I don't crave it. I don't want to do it. It's, you know, it's so fucking bad for me, and it was ruining my life, and I would have ended up losing my job. I would have lost all my friends. I probably would have lost my relationship with my mum. I would have, you know, it would have been a disaster. Yeah, I don't know. I just knew that I had something to live for, and I just haven't, okay, my feet are getting numb. I haven't looked back since, so it's been amazing. Here are some things that I've noticed since getting sober. So since being sober, and I know that I'm still in the very early stages of sobriety, but I'm going to say the things that I've noticed since being sober. My quality of life has improved drastically. No fucking shit. My anxiety has decreased tremendously. I've realized that I'm capable of so much. I can deal with my emotions and I can problem solve in a logical and sane manner most of the time. Okay, most of the time. Sometimes I have my moments. I haven't been making nearly as many stupid and embarrassing decisions as I was when I was in addiction. Although I still obviously make some stupid decisions because I'm me and I'm human. I don't like going out. I don't like going out to events where there's lots of people there. I don't go out anywhere near as much as I used to. I go out with friends, go to the pub, go for a feed, whatever. But like going to like big events and parties and stuff, I'm usually there for like an hour and I'm like, okay, see ya. Can't be fucked doing that. I really prioritize my work these days. So I work as much as I can. I want to be a good asset to the team. What is this, a fucking job interview? Like, you don't fucking care. I'm a huge homebody. I've realized that I'm a homebody. I don't like being out late. I like sleep. I like exercising. I like prioritizing my health. I like being on the ball. So yeah, another thing that I've realized that I like is exercising. I like exercising. I never ever thought that I would like exercising. I love Pilates. I'm getting into running. I wouldn't say I love it, but like it's not bad. What else do I like? Walking. Love walking. I love being out in nature. I love doing things. I love going on adventures and shit. I'd love to do more. You know what I mean? I actually have some spare spending money to treat myself with now because I was scraping the barrel constantly when I was in addiction. I would just spend all of my money, like all of the money I made from work. I'd spend all of my fucking rent money on drugs and alcohol. I was scraping the barrel for years, like couldn't afford food, could barely afford rent. It was really, really fucking bad. I still struggle with my eating disorder, with thoughts. I think I'm going to be plagued with them forever though. I feel like that's just something that doesn't go away. I feel like I'm a very impulsive person due to my addiction, obviously. I try not to act on impulse, but we try to just move forward and I try to beat those thoughts down with a fucking because I'm more than my thoughts, okay? Yeah. Another big thing is that I feel guilty for the way I've treated people when I was in addiction. I feel horrible. I'm just trying to make amends with, not amends, but it's just something that I need to do for myself because I feel like I owe them an apology. I owe like some friends and stuff an apology. I just want them to make sure that they know that I love them and I'm so grateful for their support and I'm so grateful for our friendship. So yeah, that's something that I'm working on as well. I'm so grateful that I came through the other side of this, like I really just thought I was gonna fucking die. So it's really great. I'm really proud of myself for my resilience and I'm really thankful for my mum for picking me up off the floor time and time again. She is my rock. Like I could not have done this without her. So I'm really grateful for her. Life is worth living. It is. Life is worth living. And I am more than my addiction. I've flourished so much over the past few months. That's the end of my notes. Woohoo! I have flourished so much over the past few months. Like I've literally just had a rebirth. Like I'm a new person. I'm a completely different person. I just want to be the best version of myself that I can be. I've come out the other side and now it's my time to shine, baby. It's my time to glow up. I am more than capable and I've made some stupid decisions in the past and I've said some shit and I've done some shit and I regret them and every single day I will fucking regret them for the rest of my life. But I need to try and put that in the past and leave it in the past because it's done. What's done is done and there's nothing I can do about that and I just need to look forwards and focus on moving forwards and ensuring that I am the best person that I can possibly be for myself and for all of my loved ones as well. So yeah, wow, cool, first YouTube video done. That's a bit about me. Yeah, I really hope that, if you're struggling as well, that you can take something away from this and know that you can get through it. You can do it. as long as you have a good support system and you believe in yourself, there's just got to be a tiny, tiny, tiny part of you that needs to believe in yourself just to get the ball rolling, you know? And everything is okay, and life is good, and life can be good, and there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you stayed the whole way through, toodles.